down 14 to the Denver Nuggets in the first half, down 9 at the half, and Curry was struggling, just 7 points, but he erupted in the third quarter with 13, and overall in the second half and overtime scored 35 of his 42.
Whew. Steph was on fuego last night, Bonte, and this is after a rough start, 7 points in the first half. Second half, I would have never thought that you would go shot for shot, Aaron Gordon versus Steph Curry. Steph was like, yo, let me show you something about what this three-point line is about. Shot the last shot from almost half court. That's how good he's feeling right now, and that's a welcome sight for the Warriors fans.
And you see that and one right there in the third quarter. You see him going all over Christian Braun, who had his way in the first half. And Steph said, hold on, young fella, I got this. And you talk about it right here. Basically a pick and roll with Draymond Green. Used Draymond Green for the screen and pulled up to tie it at 120 apiece.
Is this what post 35 looks like?
Maybe.
I feel like Steph, LeBron, they are revolutionizing what it looks like to be after 35. At one point in the NBA, they thought 30 was when you start to decline. Steph is still doing this. Are you serious?
Oh, we're real serious. He's having a hell of a season to start. And Steve Kerr, Draymond Green, and Stephen Curry talked about last night. Here it is.
The way Steph was going with Jimmy out there, we were going to score. You know, that was my biggest concern. Could we execute? They just reminded me we have Steph and Jimmy, and they'll find a way to score, and they did. And it was fantastic to watch the defense with that kind of size and length. Our guys did a great job finishing what was just a phenomenal basketball game.
I don't think that closing lineup, Al, Jimmy, Draymond, JK, and myself had gotten any real reps in training camp. But when you understand who you're playing against and what it takes to win this particular game, the collective IQ and just toughness got us over the hump. So great start. Haven't done anything yet, but we're building a winning mentality.
Yeah, he loved the moment. That's just who he's been since I've known him. You know, the bigger the moment, the more he rises. He's this quiet guy. You know, we all know Steph, like, right, how he is. But he loved the show. I think, you know, and so anytime it's a show to be put on, he's going to do it. And, you know, he did that tonight in a major way.
There's no doubt he's one of the greatest showmen in NBA history, and a reminder that Steph Curry had the most 40-point games with under 10 free throw attempts ever. That's from Polymarket Hoops, Ethical Hoops, of course, and we showed a stat last night, Fezzi, where he has 42 40-point games after the age of 30, second only to Michael Jeffrey Jordan, as we connect with the great KB, Kerrith Burke, and then one and only Warriors insider, two-time NBA award-winning Monty Poole, courtesy of Comcast Business. You're a little tired from last night. Back into the back-to-back. I get it, yeah. We're connected with them courtesy of Comcast.
What's up, Monty?
Every connection counts, right. KB. What a show last night. We're all struggling because we didn't get sleep, all due to Stephen Curry's second-half explosion.
I think all of us are pretty hyped after last night. But listen, yes. Monty and I were joking last night that at halftime, Christian Braun was probably walking into the locker room going, Steph only had 7. I got him. I got the clamps on. And then what happened? And then as the Warriors walked into the locker room, post-game, that's when we heard the Batman theme playing.
Yeah, I mean, Steph has faced many defenders who thought they had him figured out. And every single one of them he has walked down and crushed. So he wasn't going to let Braun take him down. You know, it wasn't going to happen. We've seen this movie so many times before where Steph takes over in a tight game. You can't say he's not clutch. You know, he won the Clutch Player of the Year a couple of years ago. But he's willing to take the shot and always believes it's going to go in. So I think in this game, Steph realized, okay, it's my time, and I'm ready to do what I got to do to make sure we win this game.
And it seems like a theme with Steph, too. You've talked about this a little bit, that, yeah, he likes the unk jokes, he hears the unk jokes, but is there a part of what he's feeling right now, like, oh, you think I'm old? Are you suggesting I might have lost a step? And then here's Steph showing you the answer with his play.
Steph loves that underrated feeling. You know, people thinking that he can't do something. That's one of the things that has driven him throughout his career, and they're still doing it. You know, you watch him work out over the summer. He's putting in real work, and it's all about doing whatever he can do to stay as young as possible. You watched him last night. There was no sign of fatigue. He played heavy minutes, put up 42 points. I thought Steph, in that game, let people know that, yeah, I'm still back to this at this game. I'm still capable of putting up 40 on a given night, and there'll be other nights like this.
Yeah, and I think what's rejuvenating Steph too is he's like, I'm not doing this alone. There's a great supporting cast around us, and together we are bigger than this. We are the sum of our parts. I had it right in my head. What is it? Together we are greater than the sum of our parts. We are bigger.
That's
Listen, all right, back to you guys. Come on.
Well, since we're talking about Stephen Curry, you were involved in this game up in Portland way back when in 2016.
Oh, boy.
Now, this was memorable because Stephen Curry started 6 of 18 from the floor. He was 0 of 9 from the three-point line through 3 quarters.
Ooh,
but
handoff
he went crazy in the fourth and in overtime, scoring 17 points, which is the most points in NBA playoff history for an overtime period. Fezzi, what were you thinking when Stephen Curry came back? I'm back. I'm here. Yes, and you guys took a commanding 3-1
Well,
lead.
look at the defense. Look at how different it is from then to now, Bonte, because back then, they were trying to fight over the screen. Now, they meet Steph at half court. Just think about the time that it's taken for Steph to really show you. And even now, year 17, he's still doing this. It takes conditioning. It takes a lot of timing, obviously a lot of work that we've seen Steph do this over and over in practice. But one thing that's underrated about Steph Curry is his competitiveness. I think people don't understand. Like when he sees Aaron Gordon going 7 for 7 in the first half, I know Steph is in the locker room thinking to himself, I can't wait to get out there in the second half because I know what I can do against that team right now.
What was it like being a part of that game? Think about it. He was 6 of 18 through 3 quarters. Didn't make it 3 until the fourth quarter. We're all thinking back at home, right knee sprain. Oh boy, this could be a problem for you guys.
No, sometimes you look at Steph and you wonder if he's human because in those moments, it doesn't really matter. He loves the show. He is the show. It doesn't matter what the time is. It doesn't matter what it is. I've seen him play through so many injuries. I've seen him play in very undeniable odds. And even in those moments, he still comes out and trusts his work.
I mean, 17 points in overtime, and that was it for the Portland Trailblazers. You guys close them out in 5 games at Oracle Arena. Bonte's big screen right now. Let's break it down with Al Horford, who will not play tonight, but we'll talk about Horford's offense and what he brings on that side of the floor as well as his defense.
All right, what I love about the bigs is there's a lot of things that happen in the game that don't show up on the box score, all right? Draymond right now putting pressure on the guard, but Al Horford being in the game, Steve Kerr has something that he probably hasn't had since he's coached here. He has the ability to have 5 guys on the floor who can be a threat from the three-point line to close the game. So you have Al Horford keeping the big fella honest right here by hitting this shot. Now, next play, you have to watch this now because you got to play the chess game. So Al Horford is still sitting right here, all right? So the next play, same thing happens. Jimmy Butler gets the ball open, gives it to Al Horford. What does Al Horford do? Al Horford pump fakes because he just hit that shot. So now they're going to contest it. Drives to the middle of the paint. Big fella's got it, Jimmy Butler. Come on, man. The big fella's always going to sit in the paint. Do you think that Jimmy can't hit this? This is the end of the game. Can you give Steph a night-night, please? How you gonna leave him hanging?
Do it.
Come on, Jimmy. You left Steph hanging, but that was a great shot, great play. These are the little things that happen within the flow of the game, and this is why Al Horford is still so effective right now.
I love the D-right pump fake right there from the corner in his defense. He held Jokic to 3 of 12 shooting from the floor last night, so he did it on both ends of the floor. But Draymond Green, we talked about this in real time, like Draymond Green is picking up Jamal Murray. He picks up Jamal Murray, but the recovery to contest the shot on Jokic, break it down, Fez.
Yo, if you have a big man that switches onto the point guard at the end of the game, everybody's yelling, help. We looked at each other, Bonte, we were like, actually, we like this. Why? Why do we like this? Because this is a defensive player of the year right here. All right, Draymond just got